Hi, welcome to MediatorPodcast.com, a podcast and video series about mediation, negotiation, and collaboration. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a valuation expert and divorce financial mediator in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, we are with Rosalia Labate, and she's located in New York, and she's a certified divorce financial analyst and certified public accountant. She provides services like financial forensics, divorce finances, business valuations, and quite frankly, we work in a lot of the same spaces.
Good morning, Melissa, and thank you for having me on.
I heard this recently, and it was interesting because it was by an attorney that hires me all the time, but they were on the other side. Okay. And so I was on this side of this person who just randomly called me, and they said, you know what? The other attorney said that we don't need a business valuation. It's really easy to just look at the tax return and we can all just come up with a number. And really, there's probably not much. Like, did you look at it? There's not much here to value. So myth number 2 is you don't need a business valuation. Do you ever hear that, Rosalia?
Oh God. Oh God. So there was this woman. She was probably in her 70s, having grandchildren, and married over 50 years. And the mediator, who was an attorney, was telling her that they didn't need a business valuation. Now, her gut was telling her something else. And blah, 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 blah. This business that didn't need a valuation was worth north of $30 million. $30 million. It, I believe, happens all the time. All the time. All the time.
And I mean, this is part of coercive control. This is part of, financial abusive behavior sometime that is like, oh, I'm the one that handled the money. I know the business. I know the value. And a lot of times in mediation, they'll even look to the business owner and say, well, what do you think the value is? Well, spouse that has never worked in the business, never seen a balance sheet, doesn't know what an income statement is, certainly doesn't know what net operating losses are, or any sort of, what net book income is, or M1, M2 adjustments, right? Doesn't understand any of those things, or the importance of a K1. And they ask them, hey, do you think that's a reasonable value? Because we could just put that on the piece of paper and call it a day. Does that ever happen, Rosalia?
My motto in our world has become trust but verify. Mm-hmm. And it's not to say that everyone doesn't understand what a valuation is or doesn't understand the spouse's business, because maybe they do, and through the years, they've heard things. And there is a way to value the business where it's not a full-blown detailed report that's going to cost, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But this is your life. This is the rest of your life. And whether or not you've had a long-term marriage or a short-term marriage, if there is a business on the other side, especially when it has been supporting your lifestyle, why not get it valued? So when you walk away, you can be comfortable that you understood the numbers and you understood the circumstances. I can't tell you how many people have come to me after the fact because their businesses weren't valued and they regretted it. And there's nothing you can do after the fact. Just nothing you can do after the fact. You've accepted it.
Like, you get one shot at this. And